and welcome to the Dark Grey Project. Today we want to talk about Canadian winter Milsim gear, or rather the clothing lessons learned, especially the good, the bad, and the goddamn fucking lucky that I had it. Just to be clear, winter Milsim is a little bit like giving birth. They really suck while you do it, but once you finished one, you kind of want the next one, just better prepared. But before we go into the specifics, let's first clarify the context of the game and the situation on the ground. So it was a 14-hour Milsim, starting at noon, going to late night, and we knew the field quite well. Since we helped out the host, we knew we were going to be swapped around between the teams for balancing reasons, and in between we could warm up in an admin building, which was outside of the field. The temperatures ranged between 3 degrees Celsius plus during the day, going down to -8 at night, plus some really uncomfortable wind. There was already some snow on the field, about 20 centimeters, and we had no extra snow coming in, luckily. The field itself is a mix of outdoor and inside of an abandoned asylum. Our own squad was not necessarily specific to one team, so we knew we were going to be swapped around as sort of an NPC role, which also means our objectives would range from standing around and defending and freezing our ass off, up to attacking and breaching and doing the usual door-kicking stuff. So we knew it would be very difficult to dress for both types of activities. Yes, normally you would say layer up or down, but I wanted to avoid carrying around a backpack to not get a big sweat spot on my back. Because we all know sweating in the cold really sucks. Oh, and worth mentioning, I'm really one of the cold guys. I'm freezing very quickly. So if you're one of the more warmer guys, just think a layer less. Alright, before we go into the specifics, let's quickly talk about some guidelines. And those guidelines I can highly recommend for anyone who wants to create a similar winter clothing setup. You should be more afraid of getting wet than purely being exposed to the cold. Because once you're wet, you lose temperature even faster. And hypothermia is no joke at all. So let's have a look how we can accomplish this, starting from the feet, working our way up to the head. My boots are the Gore-Tex LOWA Renegade ones, and as socks I had some thicker Merino wool ones, but to be honest, any good hiking boot would do the job. The shoes held up fantastic in the snow, and thanks to the Merino wool, I never had any kind of wet or cold feet, so really no problems here at all. The Merino wool not just makes sure that you stay warm, but they also stay warm when they are wet. And especially when you start running around and get more active and get maybe some sweaty feet, this is where the Merino wool advantage really kicks in. When on the move, my feet stayed really warm. The problem, however, with the Renegades is they're a bit slippery on ice, something I will regret big times later on. The second problem is that the lack of insulation resulted in some really cold toes at night or when we're standing around a lot. I tried to compensate that with some heating pads, which are at the bottom of the feet. The problem is they only last about 2 hours and they were not great either. Next time I either try even thicker socks or 2 socks or even some insulated boots, but I really don't want to kill all the space in my shoes because dry air is one of the best insulators out there. Plus I really need to wiggle around my toes and I need that space for that to keep them alive.